I mean, look, the NATO question has always been difficult. I mean, we had some conversations even before the war started about
Yeah.
what if Ukraine comes out and just says to Russia, fine, we won't go into NATO, if that stops the war, if that stops
Mm,
the invasion, which at
mm,
that point it may well have done.
mm,
I was uncomfortable with the idea of the US pushing Ukraine not to do that and sort of implicitly giving Russia some sort of sphere of influence or veto power on that. There is certainly a question almost 3 years on now, would that have been better to do before the war started? Would that have been better to do in Istanbul talks? It certainly would have prevented the destruction and the loss of life.
What was Biden's position at that moment?
Yeah, to test my memory. But like I don't think Biden felt like it was his place to tell Ukraine what to do then. To tell
Mm.
Ukraine not to pursue Ukraine or NATO.
So my question is, could we avoid such a situation, or we made a mistake somewhere?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to do an alternative version of history, one option would have just been for Ukraine to say in January 2022, fine, we won't go into NATO, we'll stay neutral. Ukraine could have made a deal, I guess, in what, March, April of 2022, around the time of the Istanbul talks. I know then there were differing views between our country's military around the counteroffensive. I think during the Biden administration, that had been the big hope of Ukraine getting back territory and being able to negotiate a better deal. That didn't go as anybody wanted it to, and I think there's different arguments in the US and in Ukraine
Mm.
about why that didn't work out.